So, how do we look, guys? You know, normally when I dress like this, it's usually for something that's special, or, you know, like going to brunch or something, but that's not really the case, because today we're having my grandmother's funeral. Very somber day, to be sure. But if I do know my grandma, she'd want me to enjoy what's going on right now. And considering that I miraculously positioned the camera so you get a view of me and the mountain behind me, I'll take that as a win, I guess. So let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. Foremost, my low is due to the fact that I spent the entire day flying, and we are now 3 hours behind Eastern Standard Time in the great state of New York. I missed America's Got Talent. And what's even worse is to the good folks over specifically in my area in Horseheads, Honor Roll is unveiling their watermelon salad. I will be missing that today. I mean, yeah, I can always get it when I get back, of course, but here's the thing. I'd come back late Thursday night, and Friday, I'm immediately heading back up to the lake that afternoon. So, yeah, I'm not even going to be able to taste that watermelon salad until, like, maybe a week from today. Actually, it should be 11 o'clock right now, give or take. I didn't look at the time before I started. So Honor Roll should be opening up really soon. So if any of you guys are enjoying, if any of you guys do go to Honor Roll today, please enjoy a big old helping of watermelon salad for me. Hashtag be the 607. But yeah. And look, I could easily just say that my low is my grandmother passing away, but again, if I harken on that, then it completely go against what my grandma would have wanted. She would want me to have fun. She'd want me to celebrate her life, but also do it with a smile. So that's what I'm gonna do. Sorry if you're buzzing in the background. We have air conditioning. Yeah, right. I forgot to say, greetings from the great state of Nevada, specifically Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah, I'll tell you about the whole situation where I am right now, because this is not an Airbnb. My high is, yeah, sorry, my house is, the inside is packed full of people getting ready to go. If there's one thing you need to know about me, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm always very prompt, I'm legitimately the first one ready to go to the funeral today. That's how it always is for me. But my high is last night we had a nice little pizza party for, because everyone, the conditioning shut off. We had pizza and, a whole bunch of dinner stuff. We got here pretty early. We were supposed to be like a little after 8 o'clock. It was like 7:45 when we landed. So, the flight was, okay, well, the second flight I was on from Detroit to here, there was some turbulence going on where, remember that one Gabriel Iglesias joke where he talked about how he experienced crazy turbulence while he was flying? He was like, huh, I turned gay for 5 seconds. Like, that was me right there, man. Holy cow. Let's see, what else? Actually, what do I do for my act of kindness? Well, I guess, oh, you know what? Okay. So, one thing you need to know about my father is he needs to have his cell phone on him all the time. And we check ourselves in, back in Elmira. We pass by the TSA, go through security, all that. he realizes he loses his phone. So he had to run back out to his car, probably going through that entire process again. Meanwhile, I had to stay inside to keep an eye on everything that we had. Here's the kicker though. He took my boarding pass with him, and I had his. And keep in mind, this is around 40 minutes before our flight was taking off. Not fun. But, we got through it. Everything is safe. Everything's ready to go. We landed safely. By the way, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm wearing black shoes, by the way. Actually. And you can barely see me as it is. I want to make sure you get a shot of the mountain behind me. That is a really sweet view behind me. That is a really sweet view. And it's a beautiful day out here. So, it really is true what they say in Vegas, man. It's beautiful here. I mean, yeah, I did get to see a few people. Here's the thing. The route that we used to get from the airport to here, we didn't really go through the strip. So if you're expecting any photos of the bright lights and everything, I didn't really get much of that. But honestly, we didn't need to go through. I mean, the strip would have been filled with traffic, and we had to get here. It was already late enough for me as it is. I mean, we got here at 7:45 at here. It's 10:45 where I am. So, so there you go. Let's see. So, if you're wondering where I am specifically, it's, remember the whole housing crisis thing that happened way back in 2008? Well, believe it or not, real estate was actually going crazy here in Vegas. And my mom and my grandmother already lived out here. So my mom thought, why not get a place out here? So she did. So this place has been in my family for probably over a decade at this point. And whenever we visit my grandmother, we would always stay here. Although, full disclosure, the last time I was here was January of 2012. So, a lot's changed, to be sure. Moreover, the fact that my grandmother passed away. Or Nana, as we call her. So, yeah, this is a really somber day. But I'm definitely going to try and make the most of it. For starters, on the flight from Detroit to here, that flight was almost 4 hours. I got to see not one, but two movies. Two movies I'd never seen before. Both movies I really wanted to see, so let's get started. The first movie I saw was, by the recommendation of a friend of mine, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Yes, to my friend, I finally saw Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. And, because I heard a lot of good things about it, obviously, but let me be the one to tell you guys, it's true what they say. It really is a great movie. For sure, it deserved to be nominated for the Academy Award for Best Picture. It would ultimately lose to Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, but the fact it was nominated at all, that's great. And this is the first time, like the first major studio film that DreamWorks made ever since Universal bought them out, because they went bankrupt a while back and Universal bought them. So the intro, like a lot of people, like DreamWorks now is like a new sort of like intro for all their animated movies, and a lot of people are like really mixed about it. Personally, I liked it. It showed it, in a way, it's kind of like what they do for the with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where they show like poses and clips of the Marvel superheroes. They kind of did that with DreamWorks here, in their own way though, and it was cool. I liked it. But let's get to Puss in Boots and the Last Wish, because for those of you wondering how, the plot was pretty much, well, the actual the conflict was already established in the movie. Puss in Boots has 9 lives. He used up 8 of them. He's on his last life, so he wants to use the power of the wishing star to get his 9 lives back. Meanwhile, Little Death, in the form of a wolf, who is easily one of the greatest antagonists I've ever seen in a movie, period. was out to get him. Meanwhile, Goldilocks and the Three Bears want it. Actually, Florence Pugh, great job voicing Goldilocks. She was really good. I think Olivia Colman was also Mama Bear as well. She was really good. But and this was on the recommendation of a friend of mine as to why I should see this movie. John Mulaney as Jack Horner. That was good. Because John Mulaney is one of those kinds of comedians where, like, he's very dry and can get kind of dark. Watch his latest stand-up special, Baby J, if you haven't already. It's really good. He's really good. And, listen, you probably already know the message is pretty easy. Most people only have one life to live, so live it well and live it good. And that's what Puss in Boots learns to figure out at the very end of the movie. But as someone who grew up watching pretty much all of the DreamWorks animated movies in the late 90s and early 2000s, I really thought it was cool where at the very end of the movie, when Puss in Boots, Kitty Softpaws, and Perrito are stealing that boat, and they're driving to far, far away, and Puss in Boots is like, off to new adventures and to see some old friends. Like, listen, we're probably never gonna get another Shrek movie, so no Mike Myers as Shrek, no Eddie Murphy as the donkey, no Cameron Diaz as Princess Fiona, but, just the fact that you have some people from the old guard at DreamWorks that remember that stuff, that's really cool. That's really sweet. I liked it. And now we get into the other movie that I saw. So yeah, Puss in Boots Last Wish. It's exactly as good as everyone says it. Seriously, when that movie first came out, I had seen critics like I had no intention of even wanting to see this movie. And they leave that movie saying like they're glad they liked it. Enough said. And the other movie is a movie I really wanted to see for years now, and I just never found the time to do it. Partly because it was never on. But it's a movie that came out a couple years ago called Lady Bird. Basically, it's another one of those coming-of-age teen movies where the main character, Lady Bird, her name is Christine, played brilliantly by Saoirse Ronan. In fact, I do believe Saoirse Ronan got an Oscar nomination for this movie. She was really good. Basically, it's her senior year, and she wants to leave Sacramento, but at the same time, she still kind of has a soft spot for it. But eventually, all throughout the movie, she's like in that inner conflict. Her time in this area is almost up, and she doesn't really know what to do. I really liked it. Like, that's the sort of trauma that a lot of teenagers always go through, especially when they're about to leave for graduate from high school and go to college. I certainly felt that way. The sort of rebellious sort of phase where, that's why she wanted to be called Lady Bird. She wanted to stand out. Although, a great performance for me, outside of Saoirse Ronan's, was, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the actress's name, but she plays Roseanne's sister in the show Roseanne. She's also Sheldon Cooper's mom in The Big Bang Theory. I can't remember the actress's name, but she's really good. She plays Saoirse Ronan's character's mom. She's really good. And there's a whole lot of stuff that you see in these teen movies that really do speak to people nowadays, There's a guy that Lady Bird starts dating, but it turns out that he's gay. And then there's the bad boy he's actually really good. Timothée Chalamet, he's really good in the movies, like the bad boy kinda. I like that. That's kinda cool. Although it does remind me, I do believe both Saoirse Ronan and Timothée Chalamet have been in the movie Little Women. I might see that on the plane going home. I hear that movie's really good. It'd probably make up for the fact that I probably won't be able to see tomorrow's episode of Hot Ones. I'm sure I will. I hope I do. I'm definitely going to try and do it. But, yeah. I saw Lady Bird, fantastic movie, highly recommended. Puss Boots Last Witch, also highly recommended. They're both really great movies. Yeah, sorry about all the stuff going on in the background. I mean, that's and the air conditioning comes back on too. Oh boy. So yeah. Yesterday was, you know, shout out to both movies too that I saw, because they really did make the time seem to go by faster, I guess. I mean, the great thing about seeing movies, especially on Delta, is like if there's a movie that you want to see but you just want to get to one part, you just skip right to that part. It's really cool that way. But yeah, that about sums up everything. Got here last night around 7:45, which would have been 10:45 where I'm from. For the record, no, jet lag hasn't hit me yet. And believe it or not, I actually did get 7 hours of sleep. I went to bed at, I believe, 1, got up at like 8, I think. So, yeah. Man, I try and enjoy some of the Vegas nightlife. Unfortunately, like, where I'm at, nothing was open, so that was kind of a bust, I guess. But everything else is still really cool. So yeah, I hope everyone back in Horseheads, Elmira, Corning, Big Flats, I hope you guys are all doing well. When Honor Roll opens up, be sure to have a big old helping of watermelon salad for me. I'll be missing that today. Yeah, I can always get it next week. I want it today. Why get today? No, it's fine. But you know what? Today's an important day. Very somber day, very sad day, but also very important. Yeah, I'm sad that we're having my grandmother's funeral today, but this is an important part of life. It's a part of life that we all don't like, but it's something that we all gotta go through at some point in our lives. And I can just be very blessed that throughout this next day and a half, I'm going to be with my family. And that's worth more than any watermelon salad. I hope you like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video for all of you guys watching the show today. Will be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Oh, happy Hump Day, everybody. And remember, if you guys want, I forgot to do Hump Day. The sad part is, I've really been watching that old Geico commercial too. I can't believe it. Anyway, remember, if you guys want to talk, challenge me, to let me know. So back, take care, and make good choices. I may be in the 607. I may not be. I may be in Las Vegas, Nevada. But as always, 607 all day, baby.